From your local weather authority, here's your forecast first.
Well, good evening. As we take a look for our highs for the day today, things are starting to feel a little more fall-like out there. We hit into those mid to upper 60s. Terre Haute saw 67. Champaign only saw 60, though. Danville 61. As we take a look at our Dorse Automotive Doppler radar, it's going to stay dry in our area. Taking a look at the satellite for the past several hours, you can kind of see a little system to the north of us that brought in a nice cold front, and that will continue on through Wednesday. But as we take a look into the overnight hours, things are going to cool off into the 40s, but that's not as cool as they're going to get. I'll talk about those coldest temperatures coming up in just a little bit.
From your local news leader, this is WTWO News at 11.
Hi, I'm Dana Winklepleck. Thanks for joining us for this special newscast. We are so excited that NBA basketball has returned to NBC with a doubleheader, but that means we have no 11 p.m. newscast on this Tuesday night on WTWO. So we are bringing you this special broadcast on our website. In the news, court records show a West Terre Haute man faces an involuntary manslaughter charge. It comes after a fight earlier this month that court documents say led to another man's death. The Vigo County Sheriff's Office says on October 8th, deputies responded to a fight on St. Mary's Road in the western part of the county. The Sheriff's Office says the fight took place between 73-year-old Robert Gibson, 70-year-old Larry Norris, and a 57-year-old man. Court documents say that Norris allegedly struck Gibson across the face multiple times. Gibson died 3 days later. The coroner confirmed the cause was listed as homicide from complications of blunt force closed head injury. Norris now faces several charges, including involuntary manslaughter and aggravated battery. And now to an update on an investigation in Clay County that we first told you about on Monday. The Clay County Sheriff's Office released this surveillance photo in connection to an alleged attempted kidnapping. In an email to the media, Chief Deputy Eric Oberholzer wrote that the photo is of a possible suspect in an attempted child abduction. It comes after family members came forward saying a man tried to lure an 8-year-old girl away from her family. The family says the incident happened at a fast food restaurant located inside a gas station near exit 23 on I-70. Anyone with information about this case asked to call the Clay County Sheriff's Office. And this afternoon, the Vigo County Merit Board approved corrective action measures for Vigo County Deputy Scott Brown. It comes after a video of comments he made during an encounter with a civilian circulated on social media. Now, the call was from August of 2023. Today, the Merit Board approved corrective action measures. Those are 20 days of unpaid suspension, 12-month probation, participating in 2 meetings with community members as directed by the sheriff, and 60 days suspension of rank pending completion of the training programs. Those programs are anti-stigma training, implicit bias training, the brain and disease of addiction, and removing the shame and stigma of addiction. Lastly, Deputy Brown will be detailed to 6 hours of service within the recovery community. Vigo County Sheriff Derek Fell had this to say following the Merit Board meeting.
Reflect back and remember that we have a job to do. The people we're dealing with on a daily basis, they are human. And many of us in law enforcement, we have family members who have experienced drug addiction. It's not foreign to us. So as we do misstep at times, we need to reflect back and make sure that we minimize those instances and make sure that they don't happen or repeat themselves again.
And Fell says that this type of education is so important, they will be adding additional training for the entire agency. Well, the ongoing government shutdown may have a major impact here in the Valley. Those receiving government paychecks, SNAP benefits, and other assistance could see that money or help disappear. Food assistance programs are gearing up for what they fear could be sustained needs in the coming days. Terre Haute Catholic Charities Food Bank is a distribution center. It helps supply food to local food pantries, schools, and soup kitchens.
It's a really scary time, honestly, for families to think about not being able to put food on the table, but especially for some of those really special holiday times. So, of course, we hope that the shutdown ends. If it doesn't, like I said, we are confident that we will have the food available to provide to those who need it.
And since the government shutdown may prevent Catholic Charities from placing food orders through the USDA or other federal programs, Catholic Charities has turned to retail partners through the Feeding America network. Meanwhile, a Catholic Charities mobile food pantry passed out groceries at Christ Way Church in Terre Haute earlier this evening. They team up with churches and organizations to hold events like this. Catholic Charities serves 7 counties and has nearly 30 mobile pantries. Many also visit rural areas.
Specifically in this area, there is not a whole lot of grocery stores right here. So for one, people who maybe don't have a vehicle, they can't drive to the grocery store. But then also the fact of the shutdown or people not having those benefits, just the donations are for people to be able to have food on their table.
So this is just one of the many opportunities in the area to get help with food if you need it. We do have a list of local food pantries and soup kitchens on our website. Well, $450,000 from the Indiana Department of Natural Resources, Division of Forestry, heading toward rural and volunteer fire departments here in the Hoosier State. That includes departments in Greene, Knox, Owen, Park, and Putnam counties. According to DNR, that money will be used for things like new radios, gear, and water equipment. In all, 54 Indiana counties have departments receiving grant money. Well, it is Fire Safety Month, and the Terre Haute Fire Department shared some fire safety education with children who are homeschooled. A group of kids and their parents visited station number 5. There, they spoke to firefighters, saw fire trucks, looked at equipment. In addition to learning about fire safety, the children also got to see what a firefighter looks like while wearing all their gear.
Showing them this can relieve a lot of fears that a lot of them may have, some anxieties over bad things that could happen, or, you know, God forbid they're ever in a bad situation and a firefighter show up, they can know not to be afraid of that person in that position.
And she says the children really enjoyed meeting the firefighters and getting to ask them questions. Well, Craig Park in Brazil putting the finishing touches on a new bridge connecting their north and south trails. It will complete the Wilma Dean Trail. This was a multi-year project that was actually slowed down during the pandemic. People and their pets, though, can now walk the whole trail and not have to stop and turn around to get to the other side of the water. The bridge was made possible thanks to a grant from Indiana DNR, along with donations and businesses. Now, the bridge honors someone who was very important to the Clay County Parks Association. She dreamed of completing the trail that's named after her.
Wilma Dean was a board member for the Clay Community Parks Association. She already just had this great vision of completing things, and so that's why the trail is named after her. And then and now we are able to connect the bridge. Unfortunately, she passed away, and Phil Redenbarger, one of our other board members, really took up the mission to kind of get this completed, because we started it before COVID and kind of got delayed during COVID, and finally are able to get the funding and get it finished.
And there will be a ribbon cutting ceremony to officially open the bridge on Saturday, October 25th at noon. Well, fall weather finally here. It may be nice to go to a park, take a walk. Let's head over to Alex with a look at the forecast.
Yeah, thanks, Dana. We're looking at current temperatures right now, or high temperatures, I should say, for the day today. Overall, we are starting to feel that more fall-like weather. Yesterday during the newscast, I officially declared it sweater weather. We have highs now just sitting in those mid-60s. And as we look at peak wind gusts, that's kind of another big story for the day today. We saw 36 as a peak wind gust in Paris, 35 in Terre Haute, 46 in Mattoon, 33 in Robinson. So overall, it's very gusty out there. I'm sure any of you guys that made it out the door or were driving kind of felt that. It's going to stay dry on our Dorsa Automotive Doppler radar as we head into the evening hours and mainly throughout the rest of this week. I do want to pay attention to that front that you can kind of clearly see here on this regional map, because we've got Iowa that's sitting in those lower 50s. Here in our area, we're finally starting to cool down a little bit, but there was about a 10 to 15 degree difference between us and Iowa earlier today, kind of just showing that that cold front is coming through. Next is this first day in the 30s for the past 10 years. What this is saying is on October 16th of 2024, that was the first day that we hit the 30s in the fall months. So we're kind of long overdue for those temperatures to drop into the 30s, but do not worry because they are coming. When we look at winds for the next 48 hours, things are going to start to gradually come from the northwest and kind of make its way down into our area, bringing in that front and delivering a lot cooler of air. As we head into the winds for the next 48 hours, you can kind of see that there. We are still going to be dealing with some gusty winds for the day tomorrow. Thursday, those should alleviate a little bit as that front kind of comes through and settles down a little bit into our area. When we track our temperature trend for this week, you can kind of see that polar air dipping down into our area. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are definitely going to be our coolest days out there. Wednesday and Thursday are going to be just barely reaching out of the 50s. For our almanac and our highs today, 65 was the high recorded at the station. That record was set back in 1953 with a nice long stretch of some warmer weather. We had that last week, but now the gig is up. It's finally those cooler temperatures in our area. We had a light little sprinkle there, still at below average for the month of October as far as precip goes. When we look at rain, now things are starting to kind of lull out a little bit more in the plains where we were seeing some rain coming on Friday. Now it's more projected to make its way Saturday night into Sunday. And then we do see a nice broader band of rain coming in on Monday night into Tuesday. When we look at our futurecast just for the next 48 hours, so this is going to take us out to Thursday evening, we do see a little bit of that cloud cover coming in Tuesday into Wednesday night. That's that front coming through. It's going to sustain some pretty cool temperatures overall. We could possibly see that first frost coming in on Wednesday night into Thursday. And tracking our 48-hour temps, we kind of see that there at 7 a.m. on Wednesday. That's going to be one of our cooler temperatures for the day. But then look at that Thursday around 8 o'clock, 36 as that low. Now, if anything, if that dew point temperature gets any lower, that's when we could potentially see that first frost. Now, dew points for the next 48 hours, that's what we have to pay attention to actually get that moisture and to actually see that frost partake in. Those dew point temperatures are staying pretty low, pretty dry. Looking at our satellite radar, we do see some rain and some moisture kind of happening to the north of us. That's what's delivering that front to us and those cooler temperatures, and it's pretty dry though still. As we head into tonight, 42 and partly cloudy. Once we take a look into tomorrow, things are gonna only warm up to the 60s, so for all you that love cooler temperatures, they're here to stick around for a little bit. 7-day forecast though has this progressing a little bit, an uptick in temperatures, but overall we are still going to be sitting at those below normal temperatures for the next 7 days. So fall weather and then some rain kind of mixed in there. So fun, cold and rainy.
Yeah, there you go.
You're like,
happy news,
no.
cold and rainy. No, but you know what? I looked on that chart that you had about like the days that it became 30 degrees. I only saw 2 dates on there. That was later than what it is right now.
Exactly, yeah.
So
normally our first frost is projected anywhere between October 16th to the 31st. So yeah, we are kind of a little behind schedule. Yeah. I'm not really complaining about it though. I don't know. Are you guys? Are you complaining about those warmer temperatures? I don't know.
No, we've enjoyed it. Yeah. That's for sure. Thanks so much, Alex. And thank you for joining us for this special newscast. Until next time, take care.